Hello YouTubers, Troz here, and today I'm taking a look at this game called Receiver 2. This is a game by Wolfire Games. You may know them from Overgrowth, or they're a small indie developer. This is a sequel to a game that they developed during a 7-day game jam, and well, on my channel I don't normally play first-person shooters. This is a first-person shooter, but it's more of a simulation, or a more accurate simulation of how guns work than most first-person shooters. You actually have to, load the gun bullet by bullet, operate the safety or other mechanisms of the firearm, and it's kind of set in a weird sci-fi apocalypse, but you'll get some of the story as I play. So let's take a look at this. I do have to admit I have played a few hours of this, but I've reset my progress so we can go through the tutorial, which also explains at least the backstory of the game. So let's go. I have also remapped the keys. I use EDSF as that leaves a few extra fingers. So that's a kill drone turret, and yeah, its vision cone is the blue light. We're gonna avoid that because you don't want to get shot. You can see turret, you can escape. After the mine kill, the threat will be able to dream automated weapons to attack you. We expect the sentry turret to be one of the most common kill drones. There are many possible variations of this design. We believe that they all share certain characteristics. Turrets have their own light source. Do not rely on daylight or building lights to identify targets. Disabling building lights won't make it harder for them to see you, but it may make it easier for you to see them. Shining a flashlight at them is a great way to get their attention, so be careful with flashlights if that's not your goal. The turret uses rifle ammunition, causing massive damage. An old rule of thumb goes, with the prompt medical care, 1 in 5 victims of a pistol gunshot wound will die, and 1 in 5 victims of a rifle gunshot wound will survive. After the mine kill, you are unlikely to receive prompt medical care. Strategies and weakness. Basic turret model is very lightly armored, more like a computer case than a tank. Even that limited armor grants significant protection from pistol rounds. Glancing shots will ricochet harmlessly away, and straight-on shots can still enter one side and exit the other without hitting any important components. The surest way to disable a turret is to destroy its battery located in the rear of the base of the turret. Shooting the camera box, the box with the light on it, will not disable it completely, but will make it unable to see you. Shooting the center of the base will disable its motor, making it unable to turn, but it can still fire if you walk in front of it. Yeah, there's lots of information. I probably won't be reading all of it, but we'll see how it goes. So let's proceed here. Yeah, this game, besides modeling how guns work, it models ricochets and things like that. So there's a turret over there. When it turns, well, let's sprint. We're able to get through it. Proto-turret. Some receivers are focusing their energy on interfering with the dreaming, just as they are interfering with our supplies for you. This may result in turrets that are only partially manifested, leaving their battery and motor components completely exposed. You can use this opportunity to study their locations so that you aren't flying blind when you counter turrets that are fully covered. Strategies and weakness. These turrets are great for experimenting with different ways to damage them, but are still fairly armed and dangerous. Do not underestimate them. This is the battery back here. The motor for the turning is here. This front part, yeah, is the camera / light. So hitting this will make it blind, but it can still fire, but it generally won't fire if it can't see you. Hitting this battery back here will totally take it out. Hitting the center will prevent it from turning, which will let you get behind it without it being able to fire at you. So you to crouch. Oh, yeah, that's right. I want to go this way. Yeah, here is, you can see, there's some bullets here. Let's take those. You see the motor, the battery in the back. More bullets. Floppy disks. We don't know why, but magnetic storage media seems immune from corruption effects of the mine kill. This is why receiver tapes survive, but also why receivers have chosen the floppy disk as a method to record and spread data. It may contain hints, tips, strategies on how to survive. These are often vital facts that all receivers should be aware of. Sometimes there are personal messages meant to communicate our individual experiences. These are important too, lest we forget what it is like to be human, even in the dreaming. It is essential that receivers collect as many floppies as they can. Ammunition. We have prepared diligently for the mine kill using our most powerful mine tech. One of these preparations, we are able to shift and reflect existing objects. During the mine kill event, certain receivers have been tasked with placing ammunition from our caches where receivers can find it. I have something with balloons in mind. This mine tech is compatible with techniques needed. Is not compatible with the techniques needed to survive the mine kill. If you are a survivor, remember that some of us sacrificed so that you could have a better chance to awaken. Yeah, we should be getting more of the story here in a little bit. The one problem with run is if I want to tap just a little to go forward, and I manage to tap twice, I wind up running. So you can hack these. Basically, you're going to have to tap the button. There will be a little white line that will move, and you want to keep it in that thicker area. If you let it go all the way down, or you go all the way too far to the red, the turret realizes this is being hacked and tries to shoot you. So while it's in that thicker area, a line will fill up. If the line fills all the way up, you've hacked it. Meanwhile, a red line is filling up, so if you're outside of that thick area for too long, again, the turret realizes it's being hacked and attempts to shoot you. So let's try this out. You see I'm trying to keep that vertical line. There we go. And when you do hack them, they usually drop some ammunition. Let's pick up the gun. S&W Model 10. Smith & Wesson 38 hand ejector model, 1899 military and police Model 10. Capacity 6, 38 special ammo. Model 10 sets the pattern for all modern revolvers and will always be the most popular handgun of the 20th century. It was especially popular with American law enforcement and dominated the market until it was replaced by higher capacity Wonder 9s in the 80s. Early Model 10s were designed to fire 38 long Colt and only later modified for the more powerful 38 Special. These converted Model 10s fire well, but sometimes fail to extract fired cartridges in the first stroke of the ejector rod. Before taking long shots, you can manually cock the hammer to make the trigger more sensitive. S&W cylinders rotate counterclockwise so that any chambers if any chambers are disabled, you can minimize the effects by making sure that one disabled chamber is lined up with the cocked hammer and any others are to the left. To safely holster the Model 10, make sure the hammer is not cocked. Yeah, here's a lot more text about revolvers that you can read if you purchase this game. Let's hit H just so you can see all the controls. I am going to open this cylinder, load some bullets in, and then close the cylinder, and I am now ready to fire. Hold right mouse button to aim, you have sights, and that went right in the battery. Pick up tapes to reach new ranks and permanently unlock new firearms.
When the mind kill comes, you will likely have forgotten everything about your own life before entering the post-mind kill environment. But everything that has become intuition, everything you've made a part of your inner self, the threat, is unable to erase. Therefore, it's important to train until the training becomes so natural that you give it no thought. Correct usage of your firearm has to become as natural as breathing for there to be any chance of success.
Okay. Yeah, you can find bullets around, hidden, or not so hidden as there, or shooting balloons usually give you a few rounds as well. At this point, I believe I've used up 2 bullets of my 6. If you can, try popping 2 at once. That would be 3 bullets used if I'm counting correctly. Which means I have 3 left. Another balloon up there. You don't have to shoot the balloons. You can just walk into them as well. Okay, it looks like I'm full of bullets. So there's survivor notes. This is not blank, it means you have survived the mine kill. If you have no memory of what happened, do not be alarmed. We expected this and prepared for this eventuality. We did our best to send you sufficient supplies and guidance, but the rest is up to you alone. The path is a difficult one, full of hardships and setbacks. Even though you have forgotten, you have spent years training the receiver virtues of perseverance, discipline, and courage. And we know that you have what it takes. Remember that we are still watching from Reality A, and we will never give up on you. All signs indicate that the mind kill is imminent. The threat has abandoned subtlety and its infiltration of the media of our society and of our bodies. There's no longer any doubt. This is the time we have prepared for. Receivers who have volunteered for cash duty, now is the time to focus on your mind tech to ensure that your guidance and supplies reach those who survive. If you receive this message after the mind kill, please accept our aid and ensure that our sacrifice was not in vain. Okay, I am going to reload here. Yeah, you can see there's 3 used bullets and 3 not used. I'm just gonna dump them all out. Sometimes it takes 2 presses. You can then, you can then reload, and then, because I'm full of bullets, pick up the spares, or the ones you haven't used. Let's see. So you can run and jump here by quickly tapping your walk button and then hitting space, and yeah, they are a little nice. I mean, this is the training level, tutorial level. Holster my weapon. Yeah, so they don't fire right away is what I was trying to mean when they are nice. Here we go. And I did not drop anything. That's okay. Let's bring our weapon back out. Let's look for the last tape.
It is vital that you know that you are not dreaming. This is real. This is the time you have prepared for.
And we have ranked up. So let's see how far I can make it. This difficulty shouldn't be too bad. There's some text you can read for more story. Ah. I have a new gun. The Colt Detective Special. Let's, introduce 1927 to give undercover detectives off-duty police officers enough concealed firepower to effectively engage gangsters wearing body armor. Became an enduring icon of film noir and detective fiction, and its commercial success contributed to the first major wave of concealed carry restrictions in the United States, co-authored by the NRA. The Detective Special has high mechanical accuracy, but a short sight radius, making it difficult to aim at distant targets. If you must attempt long shots, focus on the breath and manually cock the hammer to make the trigger more sensitive. Colt cylinders rotate clockwise, so if any chambers are disabled, you can minimize the effects by making sure that one of the disabled chambers line up with the uncocked hammer, and the others are to the right. To safety holster the Detective Special, make sure the hammer is not cocked. So, let's load this, and we have one disabled chamber. You can see there's the little thing with the X that is welded into our gun. The threat apparently can manipulate probability in this world, and it can cause issues with your firearms, like unusable ammo locations. It can also cause jams to occur more than normal. I can pull the hammer. Ooh, that's probably not supposed to be making that sound. The game did just come out this week. It's available on Steam if you're looking to purchase. And turrets are not the only enemy. Later there are flying drones. They don't have guns, but they do have like a little taser on them, but that will put you out of commission just the same. There are flashlights to pick up, and you can holster. Ooh, put them away, and let's see. I'm gonna. Oh, I'm out of its range, but it can see me. Alright, let's jump across. It is definitely looking my way. I'm not sure we're safe. I missed. Gotta reload. Oh, I am out of ammo. I'm like, why is there an empty, Let's, hope we can... Nope. You can see if you hold it too long, your aim starts to waver. Did I really use all that already? Alright. Let's hope I disable this motor and... I apparently did. Oop. That's what happens if you go too far. And if I was in front of it, it would start shooting. Try going down. We're going this way. There are multiple paths. If I'm careful. Alright. Yes, falling will kill you. And that was not what I wanted to do, but let's there should be 3 balloons in a row here. Maybe there's only 2, but I did get 3 bullets, so... let's fully reload. Alright. A bit of blue, but that looks far off. Basically, it was far off, but not as far as I thought it was. Let's try once more. Okay, now I have a flashlight that will let you, or help you see better in the dark. But it also, you know, the turrets can also see you better. Okay, that's another thing that I haven't mentioned about the game. It's the lights here, but I won't say the glass is realistic because they actually say the glass is not realistic. But you can shoot the glass. It may deflect the bullet the first time. If you shoot through the same hole, it won't deflect it the second time, obviously. But with the glass weakened, you can jump through it. Now, it says do not try this in real life, because the glass shards are likely to cause you much injury. We suspect that strong receivers will be able to use their mind tech to avoid this kind of damage. The world, or levels, if that's what you want to call them, as far as I can tell, are randomly generated, except that, like, obviously there's the same type of building, but, like, the furniture might be different. Definitely the locations of bullets and enemies and tapes are different every time. Yeah, falling from heights, you can see my movement speed is greatly reduced, but in about, 30 seconds. Alright, there is a turret over there. Let's put away the flashlight. I press 1 to put it in my first inventory slot. I got it.
Yeah, I tried to tell you. I tried to get support. I did everything they said I should. And it didn't work. It didn't work. This is all your fault. All of you. I hope you all finally understand what you did to me and hate yourselves for it.
Alright, I'm not
See
holding
you in hell.
anything on my keyboard. A few of the tapes have already been corrupted by the threat, and it will try to take control of you. That is why when I recognized that this tape wasn't a good one, took all the ammo out of my gun, so it could not harm me with it. Okay, there is another turret down there. Let's look for more tapes. You see the blue light reflecting off of the container over here. Whatever that is. Oh. There's balloons there, but for the moment I have enough. Well, that's not the best, but it is now immobile. There we go. Well, 2 left. Ammo's usually on top of barrels or things like that, so I'm just checking. Or boxes or... like that. Okay, there's definitely a turret there. And that turret is a spin all the time. Not exactly what I was trying. That is not a turret. You have to be careful if some of these lights are in the blue-white-ish spectrum. Let's see if we can get ammo from that turret. Let me holster my weapon. Well, one more floor up. There's a turret in there as well. Got a floppy disk. Bothers me something doesn't add up. All these years of training and all the tapes we listened to and all the times we talked about what would happen after the mine kill. And now that's here, it feels off. Something doesn't seem quite right. I can't put my finger on it. Maybe I'm going crazy. I mean, everybody I've ever known and loved is just gone. But I'm not feeling it the way I should be feeling it. I just feel empty, numb. What's happening to me? You see the parts I've already knocked off of this. And I'm gonna stand up. And can I actually... So if you accidentally activate it, it shouldn't be able to shoot me? And I'm gonna wait till just after it passes. There we go. Not too bad. Didn't drop any more ammo, but that's okay. I can't go anywhere from here, but I can go through here, except I do see a turret there. So I'm gonna try to... Oh. Well, I was going to try to shoot it. Alright, it's pointed at me. Now it's not. Yeah, this is actually concealment, not cover. It should be able to shoot through this. When it turns away, I'm going to try something. If I move over here, I probably have a better shot. I just... Okay, this is cover. Just want to wait for the blue light to start moving. Dud in there. Didn't clear them all properly. There we go. Now I have some time. All right. There's a tape here.
You have seen the signs around you. The gradual creeping, decay, and dysfunction. You have realized that something is wrong with the media and the people around you. You know that you are different. This is why you are ready to become a receiver. You have been issued a series of audio cassette tapes that are part of our system for advancing insight. By continually listening to these tapes, you will drown out and eventually counteract the negative influences from your environment. Once you have absorbed these tapes, you will have taken the first step towards awakening your true self. The media is a threat. We have a technique to help. We use tapes as part of this technique. You must listen to them to advance.
Okay. I could hear a turret standing in the doorway over there. And now I can see it. It's down on the first floor here somewhere. There it is. And up here, I'm pretty safe. I think that is the battery end. And I believe I guessed right. Let's go back this way. Let's turn the lights back on here.
While some concepts are useful, others are the exact opposite. These terminating thoughts take complex and useful ideas and turn them into a simplistic cliche that is as incorrect as it is useless. The appeal of these thoughts is that they give a false feeling of certainty and authority. But they block true mental development. The functional mind questions and observes. It looks inward at the form of ideas applied in the mind as well as outward in the world. It views uncertainty as the twin sibling of curiosity. The dead mind is constructed of terminating thoughts. There is no room for feelings beyond a thin, fragile mockery of self-satisfaction. Personality is replaced with rote, checkbox-ticking behavior and reactivity. Human interaction becomes a grotesque parody, where anything that doesn't fall neatly into a simplistic taxonomy of behavior gets ignored or assaulted. This causes a person to become less and less, until, ultimately, they vanish. It's common knowledge that you get better results the harder you try, but like most common knowledge, this is wrong. Receivers know that there is an optimal level of effort. Too low and you might slack off. Too high and you can start to choke under pressure. In the middle, you get the best results.
Okay, when I was down here, I kind of poked my head out into the next room and noticed there's a turret over there. It was a little higher up than the ground floor, but I should be above it now, which will give me, hopefully, a better aim at it. Okay, I see where it is. I also see there's another turret over there, but that's kind of far for right now. I just can't tell when it's pointing this way. I don't see any light. Okay, I got it. Tape. Well, I think I hit it. I also think I lost count. Okay, I was gonna say we need to disable it, but we knocked it over. But it apparently broke on the way down, which is good for me. In the right spot, you can hit all those balloons at once. Last tape.
This building, this place, it doesn't make much sense. Like, while I know this isn't the same room as before, it still feels familiar. It's more like a fictional place than the real world. It's like someone made copies of copies and lost the original intent of all the objects long ago.
We've now ranked up to Sleeper. Now, we have an automatic weapon. Colt M1911. It's widely considered one of the most elegant and best shooting handgun designs of all time, and remains popular after more than a century of active service. Almost all modern semi-automatic pistols are based on this design, making it the most famous of John Browning's many firearms design. 1911 became the official U.S. Army sidearm, replacing 38 revolvers like the Model 10 held that position until it was replaced in 1985 by the Beretta M9. 1911 is a single action weapon, so before firing you must cock the hammer by either pulling it back directly or by racking the slide. If the hammer is back and you can see the brass in the chamber with a pressure check, then it should fire at least once, even under the disruptive influence of the threat. Novice shooters are often experience stovepipe malfunctions with follow-up shots, where the spent cartridge gets caught in the ejection port. You can clear this malfunction by tilting the weapon and manually racking the slide to clear the spent cartridge and chamber a new one. Yes, so semi-automatic weapons operate a bit differently. Looks like we have a full clip. Nope, that was drop the clip, not put it in. There we go. Magazine, not clip. And we can hold T and press C, and we can see there's not a round chambered. So we need to slide the rack the slide, whatever it is called. Now we have a round chambered. You need to be, maybe not this weapon, but with other semi-automatic weapons, you need to be careful when you're holstering it or pulling it out of the holster that you don't accidentally put your finger on the trigger and fire around. In the game, this is simulated by having to hold Q to slow holster your weapon. Tapping Q may work, but you may accidentally fire around as well. Alright, we can go this way. We can go up. And we can go that way. I'm gonna go in here. Well, there doesn't seem to be any turrets. However, turrets can now go dark and not have their light on initially. They won't fire. You have to either shine a light directly at them to wake them up, or attempt to hack them, or maybe bump into them. I don't know. Haven't tried getting that close. But once they are awakened, then they act like a normal turret. Awoken. Yes, you can climb ladders. Mongoose strikes. I read that one actually. I recognize it. You can get the game and read the story if you want. Let's carefully bring our firearm out.
Together, we have laid the foundation. You have shown great potential, but the potential is yet to be realized. We have sent the message. Can you hear it? There is an insidious force moving through your media, weakening the mind and causing widespread dysfunction. We call this the threat. We have developed a technique called mind tech to combat this threat. A new set of tapes has been issued to train and prepare you.
It'd be really nice if this arcade was actually playable. Unfortunately, you try to use one and it shatters. Overgrowth is the game by the same developers, and I do have it. It would be nice if they somehow launched it and actually let you play it, but I can see that being very complex.
When discharging a firearm, we learn to control our most basic autonomic reactions. To blink or flinch risks missing the target, resulting in death. With slow, steady breathing, muscles neither fully tensed or relaxed, we train our focus. We breathe in, we check the breech. We breathe out, we release the safety. We breathe in, we aim at the target. We slowly exhale while we squeeze the trigger. Since we are already prepared to operate the firearm, we neither anticipate or react to the sound or the recoil. Instead, we breathe in and aim at the target. We slowly exhale while we squeeze the trigger.
Okay. The blue light up ahead would normally indicate a turret, but turrets don't aim up and down, they just go round. So this is not a turret, this is a drone. Oh. Okay. Come on. I am out. Okay. Hopefully I can stop missing. There we go. The drones are lightweight. Normally one shot will take them out. There is another drone in here, and that surprised me, but yeah, that is actually the sound of a drone hitting something. I'm wondering if it flew out a door or a window and had to fall quite a ways. For some reason well, not for some reason, the braking sound is always played at the same volume, even if it's far away, to let you know that you actually accomplished something. Okay, it is over here. I should be able to get behind it this way. Or it just took a while. Why would I need to hack that? That's not operational as far as I can tell. There's, yeah, usually a ring and like a propeller, but that part broke. I either shot it or it broke when it landed. Look at that. I thought I got all 3 with the first shot. Of course, we can't continue that way, so let's walk it back down. So there is something on that box. Let's holster the weapon. Carefully bring it back out. There's another drone there. Let's turn off the flashlight. Okay. I did damage it the first time, which apparently made it hard to maneuver, but if it's coming at you like that, you don't have long to live, and there is a turret right up there. So, wait till it turns. Reload. Oh. Well. We've been demoted. I haven't made it past that sleeper rank, but not this time. I think that will be a good place to wrap this up. This game's available on Steam or from, I believe Wolfire has their own store. If you like what you see, check the game out. And I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching, and stay safe out there, and wash your hands.